I was walking alone through the dense trees, guided only by a narrow dirt path that seemed to appear only when I wasn't looking directly at it. The air changed as I got closer. It grew colder, heavier, like something unseen was pressing down on my chest.
The forest went silent. No birds, no insects, not even the sound of wind.
And then, through the thick fog, I saw it. Temple. Ancient. Crumbling.
Its stone walls were covered in strange carvings, symbols I couldn't recognize, twisted shapes that seemed to shift if I stared too long. The entrance stood wide open, like a mouth waiting to swallow anything that stepped inside.
Despite the unease crawling through me, I moved forward.
Something about it was calling me.
Inside, the darkness felt alive.
The only light came from a few flickering oil lamps placed along the walls.
Their flames bending unnaturally, as if reacting to something unseen.
The floor was covered in a thin layer of dust, except for a single path leading deeper inside.
Fresh footprints.
Someone else had been here.
I followed them. In the middle stood a massive stone idol, tall, unnatural, its form both human and not. It had too many arms, each twisted into different gestures, and its face was wrong.
The eyes were hollow, yet I felt as though something inside them was watching me.
At the base of the idol, offerings were scattered.
Rotten fruit, burnt candles.
That's when I heard it.
Soft, faint, but unmistakably close.
Why have you come?
I spun around, my heart racing, but there was no one there. The whisper echoed again, this time from behind the idol.
Why have you come?
But before I could move, a low rumble shook the ground beneath my feet.
Then I saw them.
Dark, human-shaped silhouettes emerging from the walls themselves. Their forms twisted and incomplete, as if they were struggling to exist.
They moved slowly toward the center chamber.
I didn't mean to come here.
I leave.
The whisper returned, louder now. Angrier. The whisper is revealed to be angrier.
Then, all at once,
they began to crawl. Not walk, crawl.
Their limbs bending in unnatural directions as they dragged themselves across the floor.
Closing the distance between us.
There was no way out.
The idol's head shifted slightly.
Froze. Stone doesn't move.
But I saw it. The hollow eyes seemed deeper now, darker, as if something inside them had awakened.
"Pray," the voice demanded.
I don't understand.
Pray.
My knees buckled, and before I knew it, I was on the ground.
My hands pressed together, trembling uncontrollably.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
The shadows leaned closer.
Then, slowly, a voice, not mine, began to speak from my mouth.
Words I didn't recognize poured out.
I tried to stop, but I couldn't. I couldn't. My body wasn't mine anymore.
The shadows leaned closer.
The chamber was filled with an otherworldly energy.
The idol began to crack. Thin lines spread across its stone surface, glowing faintly from within.
A low, inhuman sound echoed through the chamber, something between a growl and a whisper.
Good, the voice said.
The prayer stopped. I gasped, collapsing forward, my body finally my own again.
The shadows retreated slightly.
The cracks in the idol widened. Pieces of stone fell away to reveal something underneath.
Something alive.
A dark, pulsating mass, shifting and breathing beneath the stone shell.
No, I whispered, backing away. No, no, no!
You have opened the way, the voice said. The shadows began to rise.
Not crawling anymore, but standing.
Growing taller, more defined, their forms stretching toward the ceiling. The chamber itself seemed to twist, the walls bending inward as if the entire temple was folding in on itself.
You will stay, the voice continued. You will serve.
Hands, dozens of them, reached up, grabbing at my legs, pulling me downward.
I screamed, struggling, clawing at the floor, but it was useless.
Prayed. The voice whispered.
Now you belong.
The hands released me.
The cracks in the idol sealed instantly.
As if nothing had happened.
The ringing continued.
Slowly, I realized what it was. A bell. Warning. And just like that, everything was gone.
The idol stood silent and lifeless.
The chamber was empty.
The entrance had returned.
I didn't waste a second.
I ran through the forest, not looking back, not stopping until I reached the village.
When I told them what I had seen, they didn't look surprised.
I saw it with my own eyes. It was hiding in the woods, just beyond the old mill. We have to leave.
Most who go there don't come back.
I thought it was over. I really did. But that night, as I lay in bed, trying to convince myself it had all been a nightmare,
I heard something. Don't tell anyone what you saw. We're coming for you.
My hands moved on their own.
slowly, trembling.
And from my mouth, without my control. The prayer began again. The cycle of fear and prayer continues.
And so the terror continues. And the terror will never end. And the terror will haunt me forevermore. And the terror will never end. And the terror will haunt me forevermore. And the terror will never end.